Hello, hello, hello. Hope you can all hear me okay. Hi, Jody. Hi, Bernie. How are you doing? It's been a busy day for me today. How's it been for you? It's been quite cold today as well. I hope you're all staying warm and cozy. I'll just wait for a few people to come on and then I'll tell you what we're doing this evening. I think we're being a bit slow on the Facebook side of things. We'll just wait and see. What have you both been up to this evening? Or this week, I should say? Anything exciting for the weekend? Yeah, it's been nice and sunny. It has been beautiful in that sense. It's not been rainy and wet. Not until this evening, anyway. I think we've had a bit of rain since. Hi, Susan. Hope you're well. Oh, you're not well. Well, that's not good. That's not good. I think everybody's getting a bit tired now, aren't they, with the run up to Christmas? Can't believe how quick it's come around again. Where is everybody this evening? Don't forget, guys, we are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. So if you can't see all the comments in the chat, that will be why. But the comments will show at the bottom. So if I put Bernie's comment up, there you go. You can see it just there, look. And it's the blue circle for Facebook and the red rectangle for YouTube. So you'll be able to see all the comments on there. If I do come to you, I appreciate any feedback, whether it's a yes, no, maybe you're talking rubbish, whatever the case may be. Any feedback is good because it helps me stick to the link, and it helps make sure that the right person is getting the message. I'm going to be working on a psychic link today, so I'll be working soul to soul. I'm not going to do any mediumship today because I've been absolutely fatigued all week, and it takes a lot of energy to do mediumship. It takes energy to do the psychic work, but it takes a lot of energy to do the mediumship, and I don't want to get too drained since I'm already feeling a little bit low on the energy. Been raining in... Where's that? Fermanagh? Excuse my ignorance. Is that Ireland? Fermanagh? Yeah, how do you pronounce that? It sounds Irish. Or is it Scottish? Now you're going to tell me it's neither and it's Welsh. Normally the way. I'm no good with geography. It does sound Irish though. Okay. All right. Oh, bless you, Jody. Thank you. All right. So I'm using my colouring book today, and this is my quotes book. I haven't drawn these, but I have coloured them all in, so they've all got my energy in. And with each message, there will be healing. Northern Ireland. I see, I was right. Irish. Very nice. Hi, Julie. Hope you're well. Hi, Kay Weezy. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, everybody. Right. So this is an inspirational quotes book that I've coloured in. So these are all quotes. So this will come in handy, maybe, if you have a specific question that you want to ask the spirit world, or if you want guidance on a specific thing. This might work better for you. So we have pages 1, 2. I've only just numbered them. Oh dear, I'll find the right page in a minute. 1 to 50, I think. Yeah. So if you want to pick a number from 1 to 50, if you want a reading, we'll see what the what quote comes up, and we'll give it a read and see if it resonates with you all. Yeah, pick a number from 1 to 50, and that will bring up your page. And I do try and make it equal from Facebook and YouTube. So as long as you comment and as long as I see your comments, it should be no problem to make sure that both platforms get equal amount of messages. All right. New from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. All right. So let's make a start. We will start with Tonya. Let's come to you, my darling. You want number 24. Page number 24 for Tonya. Tanya. Why do I keep wanting to call you Tanya instead of Tonya? Does somebody call you Tanya? Or somebody in spirit used to call you Tanya? 24. I've got a headache with you as I tune into your energy as well, Tonya. Right at the front of my head, and it feels like it's not a stress headache, but it feels like you're oversensitive to noise. Does that make sense? It's like you'll start off okay, and then as the day goes on, the noise will get worse and worse. It's almost like a noise pollution going round straight across the front of your forehead. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay, 24. And I feel like things are moving very slowly for me at the moment as well for yourself. It's almost like you want to get things done, but the more you try and move forward, it's like everything's going in slow motion. Because as I'm looking for the page number that you've asked for, I just feel like I'm having to do it really slowly. The universe is making me do it really slowly, and I just want to get to the number. Again, let me know if that makes sense, my darling. So I want to hurry things along a bit. So there's either a situation around you at the moment, or there's something going on where you want to tie things up and you want to get things completed and things need to finish, but it just seems to be taking forever. The harder you try and the quicker you try to get it done, the longer it seems to take. Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you for that confirmation, my sweet. All right. So, and I feel like reading this quote and tuning into your energy, I feel like there's other people that are kind of making it feel that way. There's other people kind of slowing you down or slowing the whatever it is that's going on. It's slowing it down for you. They're kind of getting in the way a little bit. But what I want to say to you, my darling, is keep going. It says prove them wrong. Now, you haven't got anything to prove to anybody apart from yourself. All right, that's the first thing I want to say. But I feel like you've got so much, I wouldn't say negativity, but a lack of support and encouragement from people around you at the minute. And this is sparkling, so you can prove them wrong. You don't have to use your voice. You don't have to shout and scream. You don't have to be loud, but you can prove them wrong by just quietly and confidently doing what it is that you need to do. Excuse me. So yeah, I've got the yellow surrounding the orange letter in there, and the orange is sparkly as well. So you've definitely got the energy, you've definitely got the sparkle, and you've definitely got the ability to prove people wrong. And this will give you a sense, It won't give you an ego, or it's not a kind of gloating ego, but I want to say it will make you smile. The fact that you've quietly gone ahead, done what you wanted to do, despite all the lack of encouragement and support, and there's a lot of success as well. You do what it is you feel from the heart. I'm seeing the green leaves, and I'm seeing again the bright oranges. And this will help heal your self-confidence as well, because I feel like you've not had a lot of self-confidence to start with, and the fact that these people are getting in the way and kind of making you hesitate and making you take longer than what is necessary to get your goals achieved, or to reach the end goal, I should say. Proving them wrong and getting it done, no matter how long it takes, will give you a sense of healing for yourself as well. It will give you that extra confidence boost. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing, my darling. Prove them wrong, but prove them wrong by actions, by quiet actions. Do what you need to do anyway, regardless of what they say. As long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not causing any harm to anybody or yourself. Excuse me, just do what you need to do. Excuse me yawning. It's not because I'm bored or fed up or anything like that. It's because I've had a lot of tiredness this week with my sleep apnea, so, and my diabetic fatigue as well. So just bear with me, guys. I'm not being rude, I promise. All right. I wanted to call you Tony then as well. Somebody used to call you Tony. So I've had Tanya and Tony. I want to call you everything except Tonya. But yeah, I hope that helps, Tonya. And thank you for working with me. So keep doing what you're doing. Prove them wrong. Get that fire in your belly. All right. And get that self-confidence up. Believe in yourself. All right, my lovely. Okay, let's see who's next. Let's have a look. Now, I'm not an expert on these things. I don't predict. My son's puppy's missing for 12 days. Do you feel she will be found? Thank you in advance. Doing it best, pick a number and we'll see if we can get that answered for you. I'll go to somebody on Facebook first and then I'll come back to you, all right? Pick me a number from 1 to 74, my darling, and we'll see if we can get that answered for you. Margaret Stokes, let's come to you, my lovely. Number 32. Let's have a look. Andrea, can you please take the caps locks off? I tell you every single live, my darling. It looks like you're shouting. You don't need to put the capitals on for us to see you. We see you anyway. All right, my darling. Where am I going? 32. 32 for Margaret. Let's have a look. 34, 33, 32. All right, my sweet. I feel like you're being you're kind of struggling with believing that things can happen at the moment. I feel like again, like with the last person, you're trying to achieve something, but you're not actually believing that it's possible to achieve. And what I want to say to you is, I read something a while back and it's resonated and stuck in my brain like you wouldn't believe. And it's okay. People say they don't believe in magic, but yet they still expect the magic to happen. Now, if you don't believe that something's going to happen, it's not going to happen, because every thought is energy, and it goes out into the universe, and the universe doesn't recognize what's positive and what's negative. They just recognize your wish, your prayer, and they try and act the universe tries to help in accordance with that. But you've got to be very careful what you wish for, and you've got to be precise in what it is that you want to happen. So if you're saying you want to manifest something and you want something to happen, you want to get a project off the ground, you want to start a new career, you want a new home or anything like that, you can ask for it, you can wish for it, you can pray for it. But if you're sort of sitting there saying, well, come on, universe, I want help with moving house, I probably won't get it, but I'm going to ask for it anyway, then immediately you're saying, I want it to happen, but I don't believe it will happen. So therefore, it's not going to happen. The universe isn't going to give it to you if you don't believe that the universe can give it. Does that make sense? And this is what this quote is saying. This is what this quote is saying. So it says the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. Okay, something's only impossible until it's not. All right, so if you're trying to manifest something, you're trying to get something off the ground, you're trying to get something started, or you're trying to get mental clarity on something, whatever the case may be, you have to believe it can happen, it will happen, otherwise it won't happen. All right, so I hope that helps. Doing best I can. Did you pick a number, my lovely? Let me scroll back. Number 12. Yes, you did. Thank you for that. Okay, number 12. Let's see if we can get some eyes on this puppy for you. It's horrible when you lose a dog. Ours got out a couple of weeks ago, and oh, honestly, nightmare. Well, I don't think this really answers the question, but we'll see. Okay. So you're hoping the puppy's going to be found. That says it in this quote. That's the quote that you've got. And it says, hope is the light that shines through the cracks of fear, and courage is the strength to face it. Okay, I don't know how... I don't know if you've run around all the dog wardens or the animal centres or anything like that, but I do feel that she has been found, and I do feel that she is somewhere safe. So I don't know if an animal centre's picked her up, or if somebody in your local area has picked her up. Maybe I don't know if you've got any town or village Facebook forums that you can maybe put a post on saying, has anybody seen, or has anybody picked up a stray puppy, or whatever the case may be. But I do feel now, I don't know what pup she is, because you haven't said. That's fine, because she has been sighted. Yeah, she's on a property that's 18 acres off the grid. Husky. Okay, because I got visions. It might be because she's a puppy, but I got visions of sort of like she almost looks like a Labrador pup, but I think that's because she's so young. But I do feel she's safe. I do feel there's somebody that has picked her up. Again, post on forums and things like that. So I do feel she's I'm seeing her, and she's bouncy, and she's She's playful. Now, whether that's just because I'm picking up her personality or that's how she is at the present time, but she looks happy, she looks healthy, she looks safe. So I do feel that somebody has got her. Whether or not you'll find her, I can't really say, but I'm picking up the pinks and the yellows. The yellow is slightly faded. But I think that's because you'd rather the pup be with you than somebody else that's picked her up, but you're happy that she's been picked up and happy that she's safe. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts. So yeah, look in your local area for anyone that's picked her up, because I'm pretty sure somebody has picked her up, and I'm pretty sure that she's okay and she's safe. Maybe ring round the vets as well, because I do feel that whoever has found her has taken her for a vet check to make sure she's okay and healthy and not injured and all that kind of thing. I'm seeing fields around her, and these are grass fields, not hay fields or straw fields. I'm seeing grass fields, like wild fields, the kind that you would probably go on a picnic in the summer in. We have set trap shoes on websites. Yeah, I feel that the traps maybe won't work because I feel she's very curious, but I feel she's also scared of her own shadow. So anything that's kind of different, she'll go and have a sniff, but then the slightest movement or the slightest hint of a noise and she'll jump back a little bit. Not that she's scared, but just out of, when something makes you jump. When you're curious about something, it's kind of like sticking your nose in a jack-in-the-box and then the jack flies up and it catches you off guard a little bit. She's in a dense forest, but around this, I'm not seeing the trees, but I'm seeing like a grass field on the edge. Yes, she's skittish, runs off if she sees someone. Yeah, I'm getting that sense of energy with her, but that's because she's young and she's curious, and I kind of feel like she's got big dog syndrome, but really she's a big baby. She's a little bit of a wimp. Like I say, it's not giving me any clear signs as to whether or not you'll find her, but there is signs that she's well and she's safe. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Tramp. She doesn't like to be fenced in. Seeing at rest area. Yeah, well, keep looking around that area, my darling. Somebody somewhere knows where this puppy is or has this puppy. Somebody somewhere in that area has this puppy. Okay, so keep searching, keep looking. But know if you don't find her, know that she's safe. Okay, I definitely feel that she's somewhere safe. But she kind of reminds me a little bit of Tramp. I do feel she likes digging. I do feel she hates being fenced in, and she likes a sense of adventure. She's a very free-spirited and adventurous little dog. So she really doesn't like being closed in, fenced in. She's very mischievous, very playful, and very excitable. All right. So I'm sorry I can't help you, but like I say, I definitely feel she's safe. I don't feel she's hurt or injured or anything. And if you keep looking in the area, you may or may not hear of her either being picked up or being seen, or there's definitely something there. All right. She's an escape artist. There you go. Just like Tramping Lady and the Tramp. All right. So keep looking, my darling. And hopefully you'll get her back. All right. I hope that helps. Bless you. All right. Let's see. Next, let's go to somebody on Facebook. Hi, good evening to you, Isabel. I hope you're well. I wondered if you could ask if my brother is okay. Please tell him I love him and I'm going to miss him. Julie, you just said it to him. Spirit can hear everything you say. I am actually not doing spirit readings tonight. Not if I can help it, because I'm a little bit drained of energy this week. Hence the quotation. But pick a number and we'll see if your brother can guide you into anything to give you a little bit of reassurance. Julie. Let's have a look. Pick me a number from 1 to 74, Julie, and we'll see. We'll see if your brother can guide you to his spirit. Are always okay when they pass over. He will be absolutely fine. He will have been greeted by family. He would have been greeted by an angel. I believe that the angels greet them and take them onto the family. Number 5. So please know that he will be okay, and I don't have to tune in to know that. But as I'm saying that, I'm feeling that he would have had some healing as he passed over. Some healing would have been needed. And I feel very calm. I feel at peace. I feel like I had some sort of mental distress when I was here on earth before my passing. I feel very sort of, I wouldn't say upset. I just feel very, I know I had to go, but I didn't want to go. Does that make sense? He knew he had to go, but he didn't want to go. You want the last page, dear, my darling? 74. Okay. Not 74, 1 to 50. Where did I get 74? Okay. I know I shouldn't ask questions, but I had the number 74 in my head for a reason. Was that the year of his birth, 1974? Because that's the only way I would. Yes, he has mental health issues. Yeah, I feel that. But I also feel that okay, come on. I also feel that, yeah, like I say, he knew he had to go, but he didn't want to go. Would that make sense with him, please? But he knew he couldn't stay either. It was almost like he was in a he felt he was in a catch-22 situation. He couldn't cope with what was going on here. He didn't want to leave people behind. But yeah, it's that kind of limbo scenario. Yeah. No, it was 1968. Okay, so why would the number 74? Was there a sibling of his that was born in 74? I'm not trying to make it fit, don't get me wrong, but I got 74 for a reason. And normally when I get big numbers like that, it's to do with the date of birth, because it's the only numbers that fit with the date of birth. And thank you for the confirmation. Somebody in the family, 74. There's something about 1974. When he really suffered. Yeah, I get that. I'm feeling the mental imbalance. But yeah, pick a number from 1 to 50, my darling. No, there's definitely something about 74. I'll leave it to one side for now. It just might have been a Freudian slip then. Maybe it's me overthinking it. So I'll just park that to one side because I'm not going to make it fit. I don't do that. If it's not fitting, it's not fitting. But yeah, pick a number from 1 to 50, my darling. And we'll see what comes up for you. I'm not actually doing spirit readings today, Pratchett. I'm doing my colouring books reading. Sarah, hold that thought. Don't go anywhere. Thirty-two. Okay, let's have a look at number 32. 32. Oh, we've had this one already. There we go. We've had this one already. The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. All right. So, you're talking about your brother's mental health issues, which I picked up on and tuned into. And I do feel, like I said, he was kind of stuck in limbo. He didn't want to, he felt he couldn't stay, but he felt he didn't want to go either. And it's kind of been stuck in that impossible situation. But he made the impossible possible. He managed to come to terms with the fact that he had to go, and he needed to go to get that healing, to relieve his suffering, and to kind of get back to a equilibrium. But he had to go over to the other side to do that, because he felt it wasn't possible on Earth. Now, as he's looking down, he's saying, what he's actually saying is, it could have been possible had my mental health not been in such a state. Does that make sense? So he could have, if he'd have believed in himself a bit more, if he'd have believed in the help that he was trying to get, or the help and support he was trying to access, if they had believed in him more, then maybe things wouldn't have been so difficult and so hard. And I'm hearing the word sorry. I haven't got him with me, don't get me wrong. He's just putting words in my head. I'm hearing the word sorry. He didn't mean to be a burden on other people's on other people's support, he's saying. It's almost like, I feel like he's trying to say that other people tried to support and help him, but he didn't accept it, or he kept pushing them away, or there's something about being negative towards the help and support he was trying to receive. No, you're fine. Oh, hang on. I didn't mean to interpret your reading. So yeah, but just know he's saying the sorry because he didn't want to put on anybody, but just know he is okay. He's had some healing on the other side, and he's absolutely fine. He's not quite in that happy place just yet. He's learning how to be at peace with himself and at peace with his soul, because he never had that here, and he needs to understand why he never felt that peace while he was here. Does that make sense? So yes, he's okay. He's reached the other side fine. He's receiving the healing and he's receiving the learning. Okay. He does come in visitation, and I'm getting temperature changes with yourself. I'm getting temperature changes in the room. So I do feel that he does come down in visitation. He's in a lot happier place than he was, Julie. Okay, that much I can say. He's not like ecstatic or having a party or anything like that, but he's happy to be out of his suffering, and he's happy that he's learning how to be at peace and how to accept the difficulties that he went through while he was here. Okay, so yes, he is getting better, he's receiving that healing, and he's happier there than he was here. All right, so take that reassurance, take all his love, and he wants to ram that message to you. Believe the impossible is possible. Okay. I needed to hear that. People don't understand that people do healing after they pass and are sometimes like they were when they were alive. Yeah, so they do. If they need healing on the other side, that's, that's the first thing they look at, especially if they've crossed over with mental health issues or crossed over at his own hands. They do receive the healing and they do learn the lessons from that. Yeah. All right, my lovely. So I hope that's reassuring for you. I hope that helps. Oh, it looks like I had two Julies there that could take the same message. There you go. Spirit work in wonderful ways. So yeah. All right, my darlings. I hope that helps. Oh, I try and be as compassionate and empathetic, as they say, as I can be. And I won't tell you no lies. If he wasn't happy, I would tell you. But like I say, he's not exactly throwing a party, but he is happier there than he was here, and he's getting better, and he's receiving that healing. All right, my darling. So take that and be reassured. All right, my lovely. All right, let's have a look. Okay, let me just take a drink. Excuse me 1 second. What did I want? Right. Let's see who's next. Okay. Kellyanne, let's come to you. Number 13, looking for some. Oh no, there was somebody I had to come back to, wasn't there? Hold that thought, Kelly. Who was it that said they was born in 1974? Let me scroll up, see if I can find you. I think it was somebody on Facebook. I was just going to move on and then I've got to tap. There we go. Sarah. Is it Sarah or Sarah? I want to call you Zara. Sarah. Without a Z. Okay, my darling. Let's have a look. The range is 1 to 50, Chloe. 1 to 50. Pick a number. And I will go to who I'm drawn to. Okay, so Sarah. 1974. You was born in 1974, so it was obviously a call for you. The universe obviously wanted you to jump. What number did you pick, Sarah? Can you remember? Let me scroll. I don't think you picked a number, did you, my darling? Let me have a look. I'm just scrolling up to see if I can find your number. You was born in 1974. No, I can't see a number from you, Sarah. Yes, Sarah Robinson. It is Sarah Robinson, isn't it? On the screen. Pronounced Sarah, but spelled. I wanted to call you Zara. Did somebody used to call you Zara in spirit then? That's in spirit? Because I do feel that somebody used to call you Zara. Pick a number, my lovely, from 1 to 50. I do know there's a bit of a delay. So no 1 to 50, my darling. No 74. Oh, this was a date of birth. This was the year of 1974, Jane. But thank you for stepping in. I'll tell you what, as it's 74, 4 and 7 make 11. We'll go to page 11. Because I feel that we need to go to page 11. Let me have a look. Funny how... Oh, number 17. Okay, we can do number 17. Funny you should say that, because I've just gone past number 17. Yeah, we can do number 17. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. My darling, I feel you've been questioning the way things have been. And I want to go the last 6 months in terms of your personal life, professional life, just life in general. I feel like you've been questioning everything, you've been doubting everything, and you've kind of almost been, what can I do? What should I do? What shall I do? And the answer is do what makes you happy. Because I feel a loss of purpose at the moment. As I'm connecting with your energy, I feel like I want to know what my purpose in life is. I want to know what it is I was put on this earth to do. Does that make sense? It's not that you're overthinking things. It's you're trying to find something that fulfills you, something that puts fire in your belly, something... I want to say variety. You want to put variety in your day. So the quote that you've got is, does it make you happy? If it's not making you happy, change it up. You've got the orange there, you've got the yellow there, you've got the yellow for wisdom and knowledge, you've got the orange there for energy. I want to give you some citrine. So you've got the energy, you've got the knowledge, you've got the wisdom to change things up, to put yourself in that happy place, to find something that makes you happy. Now, we all know that in terms of jobs, we very rarely get a job that we're happy in, but you have goals still, you have dreams still, okay? So instead of sticking to the mundane and feeling like a robot, because I feel very much like it's routine, I feel like a robot, I feel like I'm on autopilot, and I feel like life is just going from one day to the next, and it's almost monotonous. So I need to do something that makes me happy. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. Doesn't matter whether everybody else thinks you can do it or not. Doesn't matter whether it makes other people happy. You were not put on this earth to make other people happy by being a people pleaser. The only person you have to please is yourself. So if it doesn't make you happy, find something that does. Change that career. Do that bit of extra study. Communicate with people. See if you can get in on a apprenticeship level or a training level or whatever it is. Go back to where you had a goal and a dream of doing something that you loved, of doing something that made you feel passionate, and doing something that made you happy, both inside and outside. All right. And that's the message for you today. Do something that makes you happy. All right. If it's not making you happy, change it, transform it, move yourself. You're not a tree, you're not stuck in the ground. Remember where your roots are though, because that will make you happy. All right. So I hope that helps, and I'll say thank you for working with me. Okay. Let's see who's next. K-Weezy, let's come to you, because I've given you this message before, and now you've given yourself this message, because you've picked the number, so you can't blame me. All right? So I want to say to you, or your soul is saying to itself, there you go. I don't know if you can read that, but I'll read it for you in a minute. It says, face the sunshine and the shadows will always be behind you. So, in another way, it's saying what I've already said to you before, my sweetheart. It's saying you need to be... Don't worry, Kelly, I haven't forgotten about you. It's the same message that I gave you before, just said in a different way, but this is you saying it to yourself. Face the sunshine and the shadows will always be behind you. So again, this is about focusing on moving forward and looking forward in a positive way and leaving the negativity and the focus of the past behind you, okay? Now, your shadow will always be there, because grief is a very personal thing, and you can never, once it becomes a part of you, it becomes a part of you. It becomes that shadow, and it does follow you everywhere. Yes, your dad is behind you, but this isn't about your dad, K-Weezy. This is about your grief for your dad, okay? Your dad will always be with you, but the shadow is the shadow of the grief that is following you around, that you are keeping attached to you. It's a bit like Peter Pan. It's almost sewn to your shoe. And I get that. It's completely understandable. Nobody is knocking you for that. But you're focusing too much on the loss and focusing too much on the missing him, instead of looking forward with a positive sense of mind, okay? You can have that shadow with you. Keep your dad's love with you. Obviously, that's a given. But you need to focus on the positive and the present and the future, not on the past. If you keep looking behind you and keep looking back on the past for all them times that and wishing your dad was with you here and all that kind of thing, eventually you're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to bump yourself, because if we don't look where we're going, what happens? You miss that father figure role. But you've still got that father figure role, because it's in here, K-Weezy. Okay? It's in here. It's in your heart, it's in your skin, it's in your bones, because you are your father's son. And it runs down from one generation to the next. He taught you the attributes. You've got some of his attributes. You've got some of his character. You've got some of his looks. You've got some of his mannerisms. So he's always there. But you need to stop focusing on the missing him and the physicality of him, and focus on what he would expect you to do moving forward. Okay, so again, I'm going to repeat what I've said to you before. Be in the present, look forward to the future, and stop focusing on the loss and focus on what you have gained and what you can gain. Okay, because otherwise, like I say, you're going to fall, you're going to trip, and you're going to bump into a brick wall, and it's going to hit you so hard you're not going to know what to do, my darling. Okay, now if you're really struggling with letting the physicality of him go, and just letting him go in peace, then I suggest you go and see your GP, and you maybe get referred to some grief counselling or some trauma counselling or whatever the case may be. But I do feel that you need help to let go of that shadow. There you go. Your mum said you act just like him. There you go. But you need to let him go, my darling. You need to let him go, and you need to let him rest in peace, and you need to move forward with him in your heart and in your soul. And yes, you can carry that shadow around. There's nothing wrong with that, because like I say, grief becomes a part of you. Okay? You never let go of the grief, because it becomes a part of you. But your dad would not want you to keep looking back on that shadow, and he would not want you to trip and fall because you're not looking where you're going. Okay? Focus on the future, not in the past. That's exactly the message he wants to give you. Focus on the future, not on the past. Focus on what you can gain and what you have gained, not on what you have lost. All right? I will leave his love with you. I will leave the universe's love with you. And I'll say thank you for working with me. Okay, Kelly. I did say I was going to come to you. YouTube, don't forget we are streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. So, YouTubers, I can't see any of your comments at the moment. 1 to 50, pick a number, and if you want a reading, I will see who I am drawn to, because like I say, I do try and make it fair between Facebook and YouTube, but I can't do that if I can't see any YouTube comments. Kelly, number 13 you wanted, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, Kelly. Number 13. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. But I want to say for you, I think it's lucky. I feel it's lucky. A baker's dozen. Let's have a look. 16, 15. We'll get there in a minute. 14. There we go. Right, so let's see. You're very welcome, K-Weezy. Remember, focus on the future. Right, Kelly, number 13. The quote says you've got a face there, you've got a beautiful pair of blue eyes there. I don't know if you have blue eyes, but these are blue, and they're almost like sapphire. So I want to give you sapphire, and I think sapphire is the birthstone for December, if I remember rightly, because it's my granddad's birthstone. So I do feel that December is important, and not just for Christmas, but I do feel there's a birthday around December as well, because I've been given that sapphire. So let me know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, don't worry. That you've obviously been given sapphire for another reason, so you may have to look up the spiritual meaning of sapphire. I do know some of my crystals, but I'm not up on all of them, and I'm not going to try and sit here and reel a load of stuff off just to make it sound clever. So if December doesn't fit with you for a birthday, beginning of December, I want to say, end of November, beginning of December is Sapphire's birthstone. You have brown, blue, and green eyes. Oh, beautiful. So hazel with a bit of blue. That's unusual. But let me know if you understand the sort of end of November, beginning of December birthday, because that's when the sapphire kicks in. No birthdays in December. Okay. Well, look up the spiritual meaning of sapphire then, because I've been given that for a reason. You've been given that for a reason. Like I say, I don't know what I've not really looked at the spiritual meaning of sapphire, but if you Google it, find what fits, okay? There may be a little message in there that you can resonate with. But it says, open the best two gifts you were ever given, and that is your eyes. So I feel at the moment you need to be more observant. There's something happening around you. There's a situation around you at the minute where you're not seeing everything that needs to be seen. It's like you're missing some kind of detail. Now this could be with study, this could be with paperwork, it could be with a friendship situation, but there's something going on around you that you're not seeing the full picture on. Okay. Now I'm not saying it's anything bad, I'm not saying it's anything negative, but I do feel once you open your eyes, you'll see a clearer picture. You'll see the detail that you're missing. And it's almost like it would be the missing piece of a puzzle. Does that make sense? It's all, I feel like you're trying to find out some information. And as they've made me put my book down because I feel like I'm on my computer and I'm doing research. So I don't know if you're researching the family tree or if you're researching an area of study or career progression or something like that. But there's some detail that you're missing that when you find you are trying to move and things are not happening. There you go. I knew it was a situation and I knew there was something where paperwork needed looking at. There's something that you're missing. There's some detail that you're not seeing. So you need to look at it from a different angle and need to look at it from, or maybe get somebody else in to have a look at it from a different perspective, whether that be a different agent or maybe a solicitor that deals with housing issues or housing contracts. But there's definitely some detail that you're missing that needs to be looked at. Okay, my darling. So make sure you go over the paperwork or whatever it is with a fine tooth comb. If you're not sure, consult a solicitor or citizen's advice, or even get a second opinion from another estate agent or whatever the case may be. But there's definitely something that needs looking at. Okay, don't move forward. The fact that you've got number 13, yeah, don't move forward without checking everything's in order first. Okay, because I feel that if you rush into it or if you move forward without double checking the paperwork or the information, you may get stung, either not getting the house that you want, or either financially you might get a little bit stung, as in it might cost you a little bit more than what was expected, or it might even be to do with I think you've got to have a surveyor's report now, haven't you, for housing? It may be something underlying to do with the surveyor's report. Maybe there's something wrong with the house that hasn't been reported, and it'll come up at the last minute once contracts have been signed. But yeah, make sure you double check everything, my darling. Okay. It's about being cautious. It's about opening your eyes, not getting too excited, and not picking the first option that comes up. All right, my sweetheart. So I do feel there's a few bumps in the road with this house move or potential house move. But providing you double check everything and you go in with your eyes open, everything will work out eventually. It just might take a little bit of extra time. All right, my darling. I hope that helps, and I'll say thank you for working with me. And it's 8 o'clock already. Oh my gosh. That hour went so quick. Hi, Charlene. The nuns have lasted a year. Oh, bless you. Yeah, like I say, just make sure you double check everything. The surveyor's reports, the finances, check everything. Okay, because like I say, I feel if you don't go in with your eyes open and you miss details because you're all overexcited about everything, you may get stung, and we don't want that. All right, my darling. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining me. Thank you for Veronica for having me on. Thank you for supporting me and supporting Veronica and supporting the Universal Spiritualism page. It is very much appreciated. Stay warm, stay safe. I will be here next Thursday, same time, same place. maybe with a different sort of reading, because I like to experiment. I'm on Sunday on Prism of Light at 12:30. So I will see you all then. We have other people. We have Fulvia on at 9 o'clock tonight. So in an hour from now with her guest. I'm not sure who it is, but please join us for that. And there'll be more readings tomorrow as well. So go over to the page, look at what's coming up, what's on, and we'll see you then. All right, stay safe, everybody. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you soon. Bye.